Welcome back to Speaking of Settlements. I'm Scott Drake with my guest Kelly Ramsdale with Ramsdale Associates in Colorado, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. Welcome back, Kelly.
Nice to see you, Scott.
Now let's talk about non-qualified structured settlements.
Yes, actually, what a non-qualified structured settlement is basically that no physical injury or wrongful death occurred. So that could mean punitive damages, it could mean employment cases, it could mean divorce cases, breach of contract cases are huge. Sexual harassment cases are we have tons of those these days. We have seen cases of, children duct taped to their chair in kindergarten. We have seen the little babies tightly bound in their beds with blankets so they can't move. So basically where there is some sort of personal injury but not a physical injury.
So in a non-qualified settlement, these damages are taxable.
What that does is when there is no physical injury or wrongful death that takes place, those awards that are given in cases like that are taxable. And so what a structured settlement would do, a non-qualified structured settlement would do in a case like that, is that it would allow the person, I would say injured person, but the person with the case, to structure that such that they get to put the money away and let it work for them a little bit before they have to pay taxes.
Can you give us an example?
Well, that's kind of easy. For example, we use this on attorney fees also. It works exactly the same way. If you have a case where you're about to get $500,000, let's say, depending on your tax bracket, this is relevant and important. If you're an attorney or a high wage earner, for example, we had a case last year of a lady who was chased off of her job. She was very aware that, and she was employed again, had another high-paying job. She was very aware that as soon as she took that money, she was going to turn around and pay 45% of it or something to the government for taxes. So she was aware that if I turn around and I structure this, then I get to actually let it grow before I pay taxes on it. It's quite a tax savings. So if you have a $500,000 settlement, let's say, and you have a fairly high wage earner, they're going to turn around and pay $200 of that in taxes right off the top. Think about that's kind of a no-brainer. Now you have $300,000 to go and invest. Where if you put that $500 in a structure and you defer it, let's say, like that lady, she wanted to put it away for her retirement. Well, she's about my age, early 40s. If she goes and puts that away for 15 years, she's not going to pay tax on any of that until it starts coming out to her. So do the math, and it can be a considerable amount of money in her pocket, tax savings for her.
All right, Kelly, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
My guest has been Kelly Ramsdale with Ramsdale Associates, and you're watching Speaking of Settlements.